Hello everyone, and today I will be going through my final year project called Rogue Cybercore. This is the first prototype of my original concept. The idea for this game was to create a third person shooter slash driving game where the player can control the main character to shoot weapons, drive around in a vehicle, and collect items throughout the level. So firstly, I will start off by going through some of the main functions on the main menu, starting off with the options panel. Here we have adjustable game settings such as window mode, where the player can set the game screen to be whatever size works best. And we also have resolution for how many pixels that are rendered in the game. And we also have graphics for the quality of your game, such as models, characters, and the game environment itself. And we have VSync for synchronizing the game's frame rate. Without it, the GPU could output frames faster than being displayed. So once we apply these settings, we can hit apply, and then we will start the game. Now the controls doesn't have a panel because the game mechanics are still to be implemented. I will load up our game level, and once we start it, we have full control of the player, where two pistols are spawned in the game, and there are enemies walking around and some platforms moving, as well as a fire FX. Now, these people walking around are the enemies, where they're implemented with state machines that I will talk about later in the video. And for the player's movement, we can crouch, zoom in, and slide as well. So I'll demonstrate some of those functions. As you can see, we are sliding, and I will pick up a weapon to show. And the player animation changes as well, where the player idle is holding the weapon. We can shoot with this as well. The pistol has sound and effects as well when it's being shot. Also, ray tracing is displayed as we continue to shoot. The player can also zoom in on targets such as enemies. Another thing as well I want to demonstrate from the player is that the player can vault over walls. So if we vault over this short wall, the play a animation. Now there is still some work that was to be done, and I'll vault over this next wall as well. This is how high the player can vault. And if we vault over this one, this thinner wall, it'll play a different animation, and we will land on the ground safely. So now I'll go on to vehicle movement, where once the player enters the vehicle, the player can just drive around freely. Now there are no weapons in the vehicle that we're driving around in, so it's the fundamental basic driving movement. You can drive around the whole map. Now I will talk about the enemy guards, and before I do that, we also have a health bar where if we walk into the fire, our health will be drained. Now these enemy guards are run by blueprints that contain state machines as well, and as well as animation blueprint, where the enemies follow patterns of patrol, attack, and forget. So if we come close to the enemy's radar, then the enemy will chase after the player. If we're at a spaced out distance, then the enemy will forget that where the player is and resume back to the patrol state. So the enemy is walking away. Now I will show you next what happens when we lose all our health after walking in the fire a couple of times. So once this enemy passes, so the two enemies are patrolling to 4 different positions of the level, and that's their set patrol positions. All right, so if we lose all our health bar now, you can see the player actors destroyed and the you die paneled has come up. If we restart this, then we will go back to the same level that we are on. And if we go back to the main menu, where we will go back to the main menu and we can start all over again, or you can change the gameplay settings. And that is my first prototype of my final year project. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and please leave any comments below. Thank you for watching.